Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And it's PolyomiNovember.
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 Say that 5 times fast. Actually,
it's easier to say
I feel
fast.
Like it would be easier, yeah. PolyomiNovember.
Than to say it slow.
PolyomiNovember. Anyways, what are we talking about today for PolyomiNovember?
Well, today we're going to talk about 3D polyominoes. A lot of the games that we play, they are flat to the table.
Yes.
These games lift you up.
No, but they have a three-dimensional aspect to it. And the cool thing is we've got 3 games to talk about today because 3D.
And we're going to be doing a giveaway, so stick around for the end of this video to learn a little bit more. Okay, which one should we talk about first?
This one. I pick Ubongo 3D because it has 3D in the name and it seems fitting that we're talking about it. Anyways, this is a branch off of a larger set of games, the Ubongo line I suppose it would be, and you're basically doing a very similar thing except this one is in 3 dimensions, and you've got these like tile Tetris polyominoes that everybody will get the same set of. You get to make a stack of cards that have varying difficulties of puzzle, and it's kind of like up to you to decide. But then once everybody's done that, you're gonna grab the timer and the die, and then all simultaneously flip over one of those cards. Somebody's gonna then roll the die. Whatever that number shows corresponds to the Tetris blocks that you're going to use to make the shape. Now the shape that's on your card is a flat like 2D picture, and what you need to do is take all of those shapes and line them up onto, or I guess all of the Tetris tiles, and line them up onto your card so that all the spaces are filled. There's no gaps, there's no overhangs, so it fits perfectly into this thing. And then you have to do it the fastest, because if you do it the fastest, you're guaranteed a sapphire, I believe it is, and then you get to randomly draw from the bag. Then if you do it second fastest, it's amber in a bag. But the cool thing about the game is, even if you don't do it fast, if you complete the puzzle and you're able to draw from the bag and hopefully get rewarded with the high value points, because at the end of the game, whoever has the most points in the gems that they've collected is victorious.
Yeah, you can still win the game even if you just complete the puzzle. So as long as you complete what the puzzle is within the time allotment, you don't always have to be first.
Yeah. And the nice thing is they say it in the rules that if nobody finishes the puzzle by the time the timer runs out the first time, you can flip it back over and then
second time
again.
Let's do it.
Yeah. And you have to remember that if you complete the puzzle, you need to yell Ubongo.
Yeah, if you're the first one to do it. Yeah. Very true. I really like this game. I think there's a lot of reasons for that. Number 1, I like that you can play with differing difficulty levels.
Yeah.
So I can play on easy if I really struggle with it, and Tyler can play on hard if he's played this game a ton of times and knows it all. But we can still compete against each other, and that makes it really fun.
Yes.
The other thing too that I like is it has a solo mode. So you can actually just go through all these puzzles and try to solve as many of them as you can. There's a stack of cards and varying difficulties, and you can just layer them up and try to solve each one on your own.
Yes, I think that this game, particularly because like the progression, like I always like to start at the easiest ones and then work down to the harder ones. You obviously don't have to do that. You can make it up how you want, like Ilya was saying, but it is a lot of fun to like watch yourself get better at the game. And the puzzles are like tricky. One of the best parts I would say about it too is even if you do happen to get the same card and the same number, if you've played it for long enough, you're not going to necessarily recognize the pattern that needs to be played. So
exactly. And that is
Ubongo 3D.
So the next game we're going to talk about is
Catamino.
You said that weird.
Catamino?
I say Catamino.
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 How do you say this game?
I say Catamino.
But what this game is it's a solo-only game. Although you can play with friends, try to solve it all together.
Yes.
But essentially, it's a puzzle. And there is so many puzzles in this game.
So many.
But the way it will work is on the chart, it'll lay out which pieces you need to use and where the notch needs to be on the game board. So the space that you need to fill. And all you have to do is create that rectangle using those shapes. in a flat manner. So this isn't a 3D, it's not going to scale up. They're all going to lay flat. And somehow all these pieces fit no matter what. If you grab a random assortment of pieces and you put a thing in, as long as there's the right amount of them, then they'll fit.
Yeah.
Which is so clever. I'm not sure how it's even possible, but it is.
It's like area.
Yeah, it always fits the area.
Yeah.
But because there's so many different puzzles, this one is so fun to have on the side of your desk. To just go in, do a puzzle, come back. If I'm stuck, give it to Tyler. Be like, Tyler, solve this. I'm stuck. Because sometimes you do get stuck on little pieces. And as the notch moves, the puzzle gets tougher because you're utilizing more pieces. So there's layers of difficulties. There's so many different puzzles. And it's just endless fun.
Yeah, it's also very hard to remember like what you've already tried especially when you get to the larger number of tiles that you're being placed. So that can be really difficult. But it is cool to even grab like 2 versions of it and you can race to see who finishes it the fastest. You can make it into a game if you really, really want to. They do have a pocket version of this too. So it's like very like portable and travel friendly. My brother has it and he absolutely loves it.
I thought your brother got the big one.
He has both. Yeah. So my brother is not much of a gamer, but he has Katamino and Katamino Pocket. And yeah.
He's ready for every occasion.
He really, really likes them. This is a fun game. I like the puzzle, the twist. It's like one of the few solo games I think that I actually like will consistently have, especially if it's just out on the table. Like I'm more prone to just have that tactile like fidget toy type thing, and that's what is great.
This is a perfect game for like the dentist's office when you're in the waiting room or the doctor's office.
That is true. Yeah,
you just be there on the table and then you can just do it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of utility.
It does, and that is
Katamino.
Katamino. Or
Katamino.
Now, we've talked about a competitive game. We've talked about a solo game. So now we're going to talk about a team game that you can play with 3D blocks. And that is
Team 3. But hang on. We're not done yet. Because you can, in fact, make it into a competitive game. Because there's 2 versions.
Pink and green. So the way that this game works is really funny. Basically, this game is played in sets of 3. So you have to have 3 people to play this game, or 6 if you want to compete. But the way the game will work, or I think you can play 6 with 1 box. You can actually play up to 12 people with 2 boxes. So one player can see the card, and that's all they can do. They can't speak, but they can see the card, and they can act it out using their body. Now, another player can only see that player. So they can't see anything else, but they can see what that player is doing, and they can use their mouth and voice to communicate to the other player who cannot see any of the players or the blocks. So they're going to be feeling around and trying to recreate that shape based on the instruction of the person who can only see the person that's acting out, who can see the card of what you're trying to achieve.
Yeah, and then the person and then there's a confirmation that has to happen between like all 3 of you, and you're just basically like, yeah, that's good, that's good, that's good. Well, I guess it would be only the person
it's only
that's
the person
talking.
that can talk that say that's good.
Yeah.
So but it is timed, so you have to do it in a certain amount of time, and if you do, you win. Yes. And if you're playing with multiple players, you can compete to see who does it first.
Yeah, so you don't actually need the timer necessarily. You can always just play to get the puzzle done, and it's very interesting to see like the interaction. And also like my favorite part about this game is as you go through each of the different roles, you kind of start to lean on one that you really enjoy more, at least from my experience I did, and then you find out like which ones you're good at versus like which ones you're not so good at.
And maybe that correlates to your teamwork skills. Maybe that's part of what you'll do on a team.
Yeah, or your learning style, who knows?
What did you like best?
I liked putting the pieces together.
Oh, I like that least.
Oh, yeah, it works out.
I think I liked using my words the best.
One of our friends was really good at the showing what symbols was, because like obviously you can draw it out or you can like do it, use your hands to kind of make it, but she was like dancing and having fun, like so much fun with it, but it all made sense. So it was very, very cool.
My favorite one was there's a little stair piece and then you just pull the whole
Yeah,
down the stair. So it's a good time.
Yes, I think actually describing it is my least favorite. But regardless, it's very fun because you can switch through, you can compete, you can get those puzzles, and there's a variety of difficulties, which is wild to me because the base one is pretty tough. Like I think they go 1 star all the way up to 3 or 4.
Yeah, I can't even fathom doing the difficult one.
No.
Too hard.
Well,
Maybe
we'll try
one
it
day.
one day.
Maybe
but
one day.
We were not there.
We barely did the easy mode.
Yeah.
So, and that is
Team 3.
Which also happens to be the game that we're doing the giveaway for.
Here you go.
No, take it back.
Oh.
There are rules you have to follow to enter to win the giveaway. Now the rules will be right here. They're on the screen. You can see them right now.
We can't though.
You just have to figure it out.
Trust us.
And look at the instructions.
Trust the process.
And enter to potentially win one of Team 3's.
Win the game.
And we'll be giving away both of the copies. So there's a pink
one of each
and a green.
To 2 different people.
To 2 different people. Or maybe one. Maybe one person will be lucky to win both.
You imagine?
Maybe. We'll find
the
out.
Stars align.
Now, make sure to read that description for all the terms and conditions, where the giveaway is applicable to, where we can ship, everything, all of that. Thank you so much to Flat River Group for providing these giveaway copies. These are our copies, but the giveaway copies will be going to you from not us. So unfortunately, we have not touched them, but you know, that'll probably for the best. So with that said, thank you so much for watching our video. Make sure to enter the giveaway, and thank you for celebrating PolyomiNovember with us.
Yay! We'll see you in the next one. Bye!